Daniel? Man, whatever happened to those guys? Who cares? Because it's the Wonder Boys podcast, the 15th episode, and guess what? Not much has changed. It's still mediocre, but we're going to try and make it better, I promise. This week, we're going to be talking about sexism at the Olympics. Oh my god. YVR parking, that's an airport, people. Unfortunate or awesome names, depending on how you look at it. And all-female reboots of movies, not to mention. New series getting launched because why the fuck not? Based on a comedy sketch from a fucking late-night show. We don't have enough of those. We need more. All in the Wonder Boys podcast, brought to you by iTunes. iTunes, we still don't know what the fuck we're doing. Maybe I shouldn't say that. We do host our podcast on iTunes, so... Actually, no, we don't host it there. We just distribute it through iTunes. It's actually hosted on SoundCloud, who are the real MVPs here. So big thanks to SoundCloud. Thank you to, God. He's done some stuff, right? Has he? I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't talked to him in a long time. But, yeah, it's just Tim this week, just me. Lucas is away. He has an Ultimate Frisbee tournament in Edmonton. And now, if you don't know what Ultimate Frisbee is, well, let me give you the lowdown. Yeah, that's about it. All right, moving on. No, I'm just kidding. It is actually, it's a sport, and I say that with air quotes. No, it is a sport. I've played it. It's pretty tough. Basically, the concept is, if you picture football, like say, I don't know, touch football, flag football, similar concept. You got to take the disc, they call it, the frisbee, and get it into the end zone to score. You can only take you can't take any steps once you catch the disc, so you can only pivot. Then you got to pass it to one of 6 teammates, I think. I don't know what the numbers of players are, but it's pretty fun. But it is a lot of work. Lucas decided to graciously sign us both up for a team in, I want to say January, wintertime. It was cold, so it was January, yeah. And we just joined a random team casual league, and holy crap, holy shit, is it a lot of running. The very first game we played, I mistakenly, very poor decision on my part, I ate a lot of fajitas before I went. There were fajitas coming out the wazoo, and I think I ate like 4 or 5. It was a lot, and went to Ultimate Frisbee immediately after, my first time ever playing. So of course, when it comes up to my turn to have a shift, I go all out. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna push myself. And that was a bad decision because I came off not feeling so great. Okay, go out for another shift. I'm moving a lot slower than I was before. Come off of that second shift, and I immediately puke on the sidelines to see what's the word? The innards of the fajita? Whatever was in the fajita just laid out on the field. I was like, I feel kind of bad because I just literally put a pool of fajitas on this turf field in the middle of Vancouver. So apologies to anyone who stepped in that. Or no, fuck you. You can step in my puke. I'm just asserting my dominance. So yeah, if you're going to do that, do not eat Mexican food beforehand. Little inside tip there. He's playing for a team that sorry, I just like the way that sound. They're playing at the Canadian Championships, the Ultimate Canadian Championships or something. Canadian Ultimate Championships. I don't know what it was called, to be honest. But I don't know how they did. I haven't spoken to him since like Thursday, so all I care about is the fact that he's not here for the podcast. And if you're wondering, hey, Tim, why are you doing this solo again? Well, it's because I did not plan ahead whatsoever. That is totally my fault. This week was a bit weird for me. I was all over the place, not really thinking about the weekend, not really thinking about the podcast. I apologize. But I'm going to try and make it as great as I can for you. even though it's just me talking. So the last time I tried to record where I'm sitting right now, the recording froze, so I'm just going to take a few pauses in and out throughout the podcast just to save, and then I'll be back. Okay, so the first topic of the day, the Olympics is huge right now, so we're going to be talking about sports.
Sports! On the Wonder Boys podcast.
And in sports news, Ryan Lochte, that swimmer with the weird kind of blonde hair, the guy who just can't seem to beat Michael Phelps, robbed at gunpoint, apparently, in Rio, him and 3 others. I'm going to try and pull up the details here because I did not prepare. Actually, this was it broke 3 hours ago, the story, so I'm not up to snuff here. Gold medal winner Ryan Lochte and 3 other members of the U.S. Olympic swimming team have been robbed in Rio. Gunnar Bentz, Jack Conger, interesting, and Jimmy Feigin were stopped by people posing as armed police. Ouch. That's not good. They're apparently safe and unharmed. I think they're all shaken up. There were a few of them. Now it was out of context. I don't know what that's all about. I'm surprised he's even won any golds with Phelps in the running. Good for you, Ryan. You're doing your best. Michael Phelps is a freak of freaking nature. But we're going to focus on the Canadian team because we are Canadian. At least I hope you are. If you aren't, please keep listening. We need an international audience. The Canadian team doing pretty well, but the thing is, mostly female athletes kicking ass out there in Rio. Really showing the colors. I mean, the women's sevens rugby team kicked ass. The swimmers are just killing it. That Thiessen Eaton woman won bronze in the heptathlon. Is that how you say it? Heptathlon? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And then tons of other winners. The trampoline woman who is the flag bearer, I can't remember her name right now, but they're killing it. And there's a lot of jokes or comments or whatever on the Twitterverse, on the internet, all over the place about, hey, girl power, they're all doing it, they're showing the boys how it's done, blah, blah, blah. And it just got me thinking, yeah, sure, that's great. I'm a feminist, so I'm totally behind that. I'm really behind, good for you ladies. But to turn around and kind of try and put the male athletes down because they're not getting it done, that seems a little offhand. It seems a little one-sided, and very unfair. Definitely very unfair. Because, if the tables were turned, if it was, guys saying, well, why aren't the ladies doing anything? There would be literally a hellstorm. And, obviously I have a bias. I'm male. I feel for the male guys. I mean, they're definitely trying their best. I mean, there's not a single athlete who goes to the Olympics, no matter what country, gender, whatever. They're all going to give their best. And sometimes it's just not enough because there will always be someone better. Unless you're Usain Bolt or Michael Phelps. Those guys are unstoppable. But, for the most part, there's always someone better. So you can't blame the guys for maybe not trying or not putting in the same amount of effort, blah, 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 blah. But, okay. Actually, I'm just looking up the results here. And Bolt, yeah, he wins again. Christ, this guy is unstoppable. Is that 3 consecutives, 100-meter, Yep. Yeah, that's 3 consecutive runs, man. Jesus. Andy Murray won the 5th gold for Britain this year. Oh, I'm on the BBC, that's why they're... But Andy Murray won the gold for tennis 4 years ago, so good for him. He's repeating. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Good for you, Andy Murray. That's fantastic. Who'd he play? Argentina's Juan Martín del Potro. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation, but I don't speak Spanish or Portuguese or whatever they speak in Argentina. So, Argentinian? Do they speak Argentinian in Argentina? I'm going to look this up right now. What do they speak in Argentina? Spanish. Thanks, Google. You're the best. Okay. Yeah, because it's always a crapshoot. Because I know in Brazil, they're Portuguese, but they're also... What do they speak in Brazil? Portuguese, nailed it. Oh, I am 2 for 2. Let's see what else I can do. This one's easy. Let's pick China. They speak Mandarin and Cantonese, right? Here we go. What do they speak in China, bitches? Sorry, I didn't mean to say that to you. Standard Mandarin is the official language, but I'm sure there's more. Here's one that'll get you a little bit of my heritage. What do they speak in South Africa? They have 11 official languages. So let's go, motherfucker. Oh, it's listing them all here. English, Afrikaans, Zulu, Xhosa, Southern Sotho, Tswana, Northern Sotho, sorry. Tsonga, Venda, Swati, Ndebele, and South African English. So English is listed twice. English and South African English. I don't know what the difference are. I spoke just English when I lived down there for the first 11 years of my life. So I don't know what the difference is between English and South African English. That puzzles me. But you like my pronunciation on most of those? I still remember. I can't do the click in Xhosa. I mean, I could try Xhosa. No, it's not working. It's not as strong as they can get it, the natives. But, yeah, I mean, I'm trying my best here. So, what else did I have on the agenda? Yeah, the sexism thing. Just lay off. The guys are trying. They're trying. And it rolls into this other issue about the beach volleyball. I saw someone talking about, there was a picture of the Canadian beach volleyball team, which was featured both the male and female athletes. Obviously, the females wearing bikinis, the males wearing tank tops and shorts. And some people saying like, well, why can't the women wear this? Because Team Egypt was wearing burqas, or not burqas. No, that's not the right word. Damn it! There was a whole debate about this in Canada last year. It's not hijab. Hijab. That's it. Yeah, they were wearing traditional clothing. They were allowed to wear that, which is cool. And then there was a lot of people saying, well, why can't the Canadian women wear what they want to wear? And I think, sure, people like to watch beach volleyball for the sport and also other stuff. But I think the athletes might prefer that as well, because maybe it keeps them cool. I mean, in Rio, it's like 30 degrees Celsius. It's brutally hot down there. And if you're out there playing in the sun, like for an hour, 2 hours straight, you're going to get really, really hot. So you need to kind of shed as many layers as you can to stay cool and not overheat, especially when you're running around and diving and jumping in the sand. And so maybe the women prefer to wear, less clothes. I mean, again, I'm trying not to sound like a pervert here, but maybe they prefer that because it keeps them cool. The guys, I mean, sure, if they want to Top Gun it and just go shirtless and grease themselves up and play in jeans, all the more to them. If they can play Olympic beach volleyball wearing jeans, dog tags, aviator sunglasses, and a multitude of wristbands like they do in Top Gun, boy howdy, do I want to see that so fucking bad. Because if Val Kilmer just shows up and starts whooping like the Brazilian beach... I'm sorry, I'm going off track here. A little homoeroticism to wake you up on a Monday morning? Or maybe Sunday night. Maybe I'll get this done tonight. And get this up, because I'm recording on a Sunday. No, actually, I won't have time. So it'll be up on a Monday. You'll be probably listening to this on Monday. And I'm going to take that opportunity to thank you for listening. I really appreciate anyone who takes the time to listen to even just one of our episodes. If you've managed to listen to a multiple, if you've managed to make it into, what am I at right now, the 14-minute mark? If you managed to make it to the 14-minute mark and you're still listening to me ramble to myself, I really appreciate it. We just do this because we like to do it. It was an idea. We're like, this would be a great way for Lucas and I to stay in touch because, we don't live together anymore. We don't see each other as much as we used to. So we wanted to kind of stay connected. We wanted to stay up to date with stuff, and we wanted to share that with the world. So I really appreciate anyone who has taken the time to listen or go on Twitter or whatever. I mean, no one tweets at us. I mean, I tweeted yesterday asking for a guest, and no one replied, but that's fine. At WonderBoysCast on Twitter. And earlier this week, earlier this week, I went to the airport because I needed to go to a customs office, basically. I'm applying for a trusted traveler parking pass, fucking fast track bullshit. So I can get through borders faster between the U.S. and Canada. So whether I go to the airport or whether I go to a land border, I'll be able to get through quicker. So I went for an interview at the airport, and I paid for short-term parking because I thought, the interview, I mean, they quote it as maybe taking 15 minutes per country. So Canada interviews you, then the U.S. officer interviews you. So maybe 30 minutes max. I'll show up on time. I'll get everything done. It'll be great. So I actually showed up pretty early, like really early, because the traffic was superb. I was not delayed in the slightest. So I got there an hour early, basically. I was basically 55 minutes. I got there 8:05. My appointment was for 9. So I pulled into the parking lot at 8:05, and I was like, well, I'm going to sit in the car. I'll listen to a podcast while I wait, and I'll plug the podcast I was listening to. I was listening to Serial. It's fantastic. Give it a listen. It's awesome. Serial as in serial killer, Serial. It's basically the first one that comes up on any search. You won't miss it. It's fantastic. Where was I? Parking? Yeah, I was in the parking lot. So I waited till 8:30, listened to the podcast till 8:30, then I went inside, and I said, hey, I'm here for my appointment at 9 a.m. Okay, cool. I'll sit over here and I'll wait. And to get into the parking thing, you press one of those parking things, and instead of a ticket coming out, a little token comes out now. A brand new system. Cool. Nice little token, sustainable way of doing things. Not going to waste paper, whatever. So I take this token, I go and I wait, and I sit in the waiting room, and then a U.S. officer comes out like an hour later, like 9:30. I've already been waiting for fucking ever. For an hour. Basically an hour and a half, if you count when I got to the airport. And the guy comes out, he says, hi, everybody. For those of you waiting for an interview, we're going to be delayed because the entire system for the U.S. network is down right now across the country, so we're working our hardest to get it back up. We'll accommodate you as soon as possible. I was like, fuck. Whatever. I said to work, I wasn't in a rush to get back to work because I said I'd be back at like 10:30, 11. So I left myself plenty of time. And so anyways, I'm still waiting. I don't get out of there until I think it's 10:30. Must have been 10:30 because it was about 2.5 hours that I was there. And so I got my interview done, got everything done. Eventually the system came back. The interview was so fast compared to the wait. It was ridiculous. And then I go back out, grab my token, and I put it in the pay machine to, express payment so I can skip the little lineup at the exit. And so I plug it in, and because I've been there for 2.5 hours, it says, you owe $20. I was like, Jesus Christ, $20 for what was just over 2 hours? Oh, pardon me, just burping a little bit there. I was livid, and I mean, I kind of knew that the parking there was expensive, but the thing that pissed me off was because it wasn't like I planned to be there for 2.5 hours. I wasn't like I worked there or something, and I knew I was going to be there for a long time, and I just decided to park in a convenient location, whatever. I was there. I was held up because the system was down, and it was out of my control, and I was pissed. I was just like, fuck. And it kind of this little token thing, which I thought was fucking neato. When I first saw it, it was starting to piss me off. I was like, stupid fucking token, I swear to God, look what you got me, you fucking $20 parking fucking barrel. Oh, Jesus Christ. And so all the way, walking back to the car, and then, yeah, that's the end of the story, actually. This isn't going anywhere. But basically, I was like, oh, man, $20 for 2.5 hours? Can you not just, come on. I'm sorry, I kind of, that was my rage cage. I kind of missed the music, so I'll put the music in right here. But, I digress. Last week I talked about, or I told Lucas about this guy called Neil Diamond. Not the singer, surprisingly enough. It was this client of mine at work. I never met the guy. I just went on the client's website, and he was listed there as the CEO or the CFO or something. The UFO, I don't know. And his name was Neil Diamond, with one letter switched out. I think his was spelled Neal instead of Neil, like the singer. And it kind of got me in that mindset for this week. So I was looking through, and I found some pretty funny names. One that came up because the Olympics was the former head of the World Anti-Doping Agency, the guys who test you for steroids and performance-enhancing drugs and stuff. His name was Dick Pound. And that was how he preferred to be called. Dick Pound. It wasn't like, no, please call me Richard Pound. No, he went for Dick Pound. Oh, yeah. Imagine that guy's love life. Dick Pound on the scene. And then another one. That kind of made me giggle a little bit. There's Canadian swimmer Richard Funk, which there was this little funny thing on Facebook I read about. We know he can swim, but because Canada was abbreviated to CAN, it read, Can Richard Funk? Yes, good. That is funny, yes indeed. But basically his name's Dick Funk. Love it! What else is there? Jeez, this is tough on my own. Well, that's what I get for not planning ahead and inviting anyone to be on the podcast. Shit, yeah, I should have thought ahead. God damn it. Well, we'll keep it short. I'm at 21 minutes right now. We'll probably make it just like 30 minutes today. We'll leave it at 30 minutes. In movie news, I was reading a potential... I don't know. I'm going to look this up right now so I don't get it wrong, but something about a reboot of the Ocean's 11 movie. Got that all mixed up there. Okay, I got a couple things. I don't know if this is... I'm going to go to Variety.com because they're a name I'm familiar with. And they seem to be pretty accurate most of the time. Oh, skip ad. I don't want to look at your fucking ad. Okay, here's the title. Rihanna, Anne Hathaway join Ocean's 11 reboot with Cate Blanchett, Sandra Bullock. Let me read a little bit more about this. But basically, Rihanna and Anne Hathaway are in negotiation to join Ocean's 8, the all-female reboot of Ocean's 11. Fuck! I love those movies. Even the second and third one, even though they're not as good as the first one, they're still pretty good. And now they're doing another all-female reboot. And listen, this is going to come across maybe sexist. It is not. I am not in any way opposed to an all-female, whatever, ensemble film. But give the ladies their own thing. You know? Instead of taking, say, Ghostbusters, but with all-female cast. Ocean's 11, but with all-female cast. Create a new story with female characters. Be inventive. Whatever. This could turn out to be better than all the previous Ocean's films, which I would be totally fine with. But when you're casting... Actually, no, these actors are pretty great. Anne Hathaway, Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett. Helena Bonham Carter! Holy crap! Mindy Kaling. Okay, maybe I'm a little excited for this movie now. I kind of jumped to a conclusion really fast there. But Rihanna, I never seen her act in shit. Except for that Battleship movie. God, that movie was bad. If ever you look up that... I'm going to see if Rihanna's been in anything else. But that Battleship movie, I know she was in that. That movie was terrible. It was terrible. Let me search here. Was it Battleship? She was in a fucking movie with, like, a Navy ship or some shit. Like, what's her real name? Like, how can I... Oh, actress. Here we go. There we go. Pardon me. Yeah, the movie was called Battleship. Came out in 2012. What has she been in since then? Oh, that animated movie Home. The black reboot of Annie. That's kind of similar to what I'm talking about here with Ocean's 8. You know, it was just an all-black version of Annie. But they did that with The Wizard of Oz, and they called it The Wiz, and that was fucking dope, so... Yeah. Yeah, that's a good example. They took The Wizard of Oz, kind of flipped it to fit like... What was it, in like an 80s black neighborhood? And that was fucking great. They really made that their own. It was really good. So... Maybe do something similar. Don't take the same concept. Don't take the same name, even. You know what? Strip Ocean's 8 out of the title and just make it a female heist movie. You don't have to make it just a, hey, look, the ladies can do this kind of movie too. Yeah, well, show us with a new original idea. Get these, like, fuck, the lineup for Ocean's 8 looks fucking dope, though. Get those great actresses and get them in their own kind of intellectual property. Get them their own heist movie. Get them their own kind of. Anyways, I'm going off. I'm going off here, so I don't mean to bore you. Oh my God, Jason Bourne. What are they going to do? A Jane Bourne or a Jane Bond? Again, Don't do a Jane Bond. Create a new character, female character, and make her good. Write her well, get a good actress to play her, and bam. People go for that shit. It's like with Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I know I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I'm very biased. But Rey was a well-written character. I mean, a bit of a Mary Sue, whatever. That's part of her character. She's very self-sufficient. She's very technically knowledgeable. She's a likable character. You got to write the character well. You don't have to just, put females in male roles. You got to make the role believable. Anyways, I'm getting really worked up about this. This is supposed to be a fun podcast. It's supposed to be fun. What else did I have on the agenda today? Okay, yeah. This is also in entertainment news. I should add some kind of little blurb for our entertainment segments. In entertainment news, James Corden's celebrity rap battle segment, where they rap battle, and get the James Corden and whoever his guests are that week to do the rap battle. They're on YouTube. You can look them up. Is getting its own series, just like the lip sync battle from Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show. Now, that lip sync battle show was funny the first time. The first episode was great. And then the second episode was like, wow, this is really fucking shit. It really is. I don't know. That's my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying it's not objectively shit. To me, it's subjectively shit. So, it's just the fact that they keep cutting away the hosts and the reactions of people that I don't care about. I want to watch the performance. Don't cut away from it. Fuck. And now they're doing a celebrity rap battle thing, which, if you watch the ones from James Corden's show on YouTube, they're obviously pre-written, they're pre-scripted, and not written by the celebrities themselves. Not all of them have these sick rapping skills. Probably the only person you can get on there to do those raps that would maybe be able to write them themselves are real rappers, say like Ice Cube or some shit. Get Jay-Z on there, get whomever. Or maybe like Lin-Manuel Miranda. That guy's fucking fantastic, so he could do it. And he could do it off the cuff. He wouldn't even have to pre-prepare it because he's an excellent improviser. But no one else. And that just kind of takes away the magic. If it's pre-written by a team of writers that you'll never see. It's not it's more about the show, I guess. It's more about the presentation, maybe. Oh, hang on, my phone's buzzing. Jeez, people love me. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. It just... Fuck, man. I just want to flip a fucking table with some shit. Oh. I do have another thing I want to talk about in terms of movies. I rewatched Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, but this time it was the ultimate cut. Ultimate cut. Which really, if you need a special ultimate extended edition to make it a good movie, then you didn't make a good movie. That's the gist of it. And I'm going to talk about it in more detail next week. Hopefully with Lucas. Hopefully with a guest. If I can think of anyone who might want to come on. If you want to come on, just come on me. Oh, wait. Oh, well, that de-escalated real quick. If you want to come on the podcast, tweet at us at WonderBoysCast. Email. Actually, no, the email's not working yet. So just the Twitter. Twitter's the only way it'll work. Try and find us online, wonderboys.ca. Really easy. You can check out our previous episodes on wonderboys.ca. On Instagram at WonderBoysCast, and also on Twitter. Wait, I already said that. Jeez, I am losing it. It's been this week. This whole week, it's been all over the place. The way I've planned it, I don't know, man. I didn't really prepare for the podcast. At work, I was off my game, you could say. I would come home and be like, oh, I just don't want to, just slump on the couch. Just, slump. Jeez, I'm blowing out some eardrums today. But yeah, it was a weird week, so that's why this podcast was a little rushed, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. But hopefully it delivered. Me ranting for what has it been now? 30 and a half minutes? hopefully you'll come back. Please, if you made it this far, hopefully you'll enjoy any future episodes. Maybe an old one again, if you haven't already seen it. So, thanks again for listening. You can always find us on wonderboys.ca, on Twitter at WonderboysCast, Instagram at WonderboysCast. Soon the email will be working. I asked Lucas to help me out with that, but he failed me. And again, I promised an update to the website, I think 3 weeks ago, but I've been procrastinating so hard, and I haven't been able to meet up with our good friend Richard White to deal with that IamRichardWhite.com blog sponsor. Yeah, so I'm going to work on that for you. I'm going to make it better for you. We're going to start ramping up the podcast, hopefully. Starting getting a little more hard-hitting. We're going to break the news first, even though we can't, because we do not have the resources. Oh, my God. Talking so much is to actually put me out of breath. I'm going to drink some water, and I'm back. Just kidding, I'm gone. Thanks. Talk to you next week.